Hi guys, Scott with Craftsman Exteriors. So here's what you can expect on the day that your new roof is going to be installed. We typically like to get there early, right around the time the sun comes up. So figure 7, 7:30 depending on the time of year. The next thing that we'll do is we'll tear off your roof. So we'll pull all the old shingles off. This is going to include all the pipe boots, your brown vents, bathroom vents, that kind of thing, your drip edge, your edge metals. All of that's going to get stripped off and completely redone. We're going to check for rotted wood. If we see any rotted wood, any discoloration in the wood or anything at all, we're just going to rip it out and replace it with 7/16 OSB. Comes in 4x8 sheets. So the next thing that we'll do, once your roof's all stripped off, is we'll cover it in drip edge. Now this drip edge is an aluminum edge metal that goes around the full perimeter of the roof, so when that water comes off, or even gutter apron on your eaves, that water comes off, it'll hit the metal, get diverted right into the gutters then. And then we would use a ice and water shield. So the ice and water shield is going to be, it's almost like a sticker when it starts out. It has an adhesive backing, peels right off, sticks right to the roof, then everything is stapled right on. This eventually, once it gets hot, will actually melt right to the wood of the roof. Now this is going to go on your eaves. It's going to go up against where your wall would meet a roof. It's going to go around flashings. It's going to go around in your valleys, that kind of thing. Now code on the edge of your roof, code wants you to typically go up 3 feet from the eaves. We don't do that. We do better. We will go up anywhere from 6 feet, 9 feet, 12 feet. All depends on the roof. Every roof might be a little bit different. And then once that ice and water shield stops, then you start with your underlayment. For years, a lot of people would think of a tar paper or roof felt, something like that. Roof felt would typically come in a 15-pound, 30-pound, that kind of thing. But with this is kind of the old way to do it. A lot of guys are still doing it. It tears pretty easy. It's water resistant. It's not waterproof. Manufacturer recommends as soon as you put this on your roof, you immediately start to shingle over it. So we don't use that. What we do is we will use a synthetic underlayment, 100% waterproof. You could cover this on your roof. You're not going to have any leaks. You can't tear it. Much, much stronger, a lot heavier duty than the old way of doing it with the felt paper. Next step that we're going to do is we're going to put on your starter strip. So you'll never see this. This is kind of like the drip edge where it's going to go on the whole perimeter of the roof. But this is where everything will start out. So you'll have your drip edge, your underlayments underneath that, and then you'll have your starter strip go over that. The purpose of the starter is you'll see this tar strip right here. This is going to get real hot, and this is what the first shingle will melt to. So this way, no matter how high or the stronger the winds, moisture and the wind can't get up there and blow the shingles up. This will cement right down. Once all your starter strips have been installed, next we can do the exciting part that everybody likes to watch, the shingles get to go on. So typically what we do is we put up an architectural shingle like this. One of the first things people ask is, what is this line right here? So this is the sure nail technology. So this is actually going to be what the guys are going to nail right through. You don't see that on other shingles. A lot of times they might have a marker here so the guys know where to nail, but it really doesn't give any added extra protection. So this is made of the same stuff parachutes are going to be made out of. Gives it a lot more strength. So when they nail through that, they're going to nail through this in 6 different places. But when you go to pull it, you'll actually end up pulling the nails right out of the roof rather than just pulling the shingle the nail heads right through the shingle like you do on a lot of other shingles. Gives it 130-mile-an-hour wind. One of people's favorite things about the shingles that we have is you don't get the dark streaking that's going to grow on there. It's an algae. If you drive around, you'll see it on all sorts of people's houses, and a lot of times there's certain brands that are notorious for it where that dark streaking will start after just a year or two and the roof looks old. Nothing really wrong with the roof, but it makes it look bad. So what we have is street guard built right into the shingles. We have zinc coated copper right in the granules, so you're never going to get that dark streaking that you see. So there's a 25-year warranty on that, and it basically keeps your roof looking new a long, long time. I have roofs that are almost 15 years old and look like they were just installed, or you'll get one in another neighborhood that was put on by a different brand, and you can see it, and it looks horrible. Again, the roof's probably fine. It's just this algae that grows on it, and it just makes it look old. Now, after those shingles have been installed, then we'll install your venting. Now, a lot of houses will still have these square slant box vents. They're really not the greatest way to do it. Sometimes if you have a hip roof, you have to use them because you just don't have a long enough ridge to install a ridge vent. But when we see these, and we aren't going to charge you any extra for this, this is just included because it's the right thing to do, the right way to do it, is we'll actually close all those box vents off. So it's solid underneath those shingles again. And then what we'll do is we'll install a ridge vent. What a ridge vent's gonna do is it's the most efficient way in most houses to get the trapped heat and moisture out of your attic. It's gonna help your house breathe. So the moisture will get pulled in from your overhangs or your soffit, and then it'll go out through the very top of the peak of the roof, and that's where we would then install a ridge vent. So the ridge vent, imagine this being your roof here. You can see the vents right here where the air will actually get drawn out of the attic. And then of course you have ridge cap that goes over top of that to make it look nice too. This isn't very easy to see. Typically it'll stick up maybe about an inch. You'll see them on a lot of roofs right along the ridge. But yeah, that would be your ridge vent, and we would install one of those for you. It comes in 30-foot rolls, so it's not like the little 4-footers some people are used to where it's staggered a little bit. It's one long continuous line. And then once the ridge vent's done, the cleanup begins. So we use magnets. We try to get your yard spotless, try to get everything out of there that we can. And then once we leave, the dump trailer goes, all your materials from the day go with us. So there's no cleanup, there's no mess when we leave. There isn't anything really that you're gonna have to worry about. So after your roof's been installed, first thing that everybody wonders is, what do I have to do? How do I have to register my warranty? These shingles are supposed to be great, have a lifetime warranty, and it transfers up to 50 years, but how do I do that? You don't have to at all. I'll handle all that for you. I actually send a PDF of everything that went on your roof over to Owens Corning, so that I'll get you registered for you. Now, in addition to that lifetime warranty that you have on the shingles, you also have the 25-year streak guard warranty, which is keeps the algae and the moss from growing on your shingles. You have the 130-mile-an-hour wind warranty on there. You have a 10-year craftsmanship warranty. That's the easiest thing what everybody remembers. Should 8, 9, 10 years down the road you ever have an issue, you just call us. We're going to handle it anyways. You don't even have to call the manufacturer. Basically, you're trying to make everything as easy as we possibly can for you. Hardest part, other than paying for it, of course, is just picking out your color, and we'll kind of take it from there. And then once we're done, everything is going to be clean, smooth, picked up, and good to go. We'll talk to you soon.